Today is February 6th, 2023. We do have one public hearing. Our tradition is to have the Pledge of Allegiance. So, James, why don't you lead us in the pledge? Thank you very much.
Oh my goodness, sorry.
Denise, why don't you take attendance?
Patrick Halpin,
Present.
Frank Santos, Julianne Nolan, Edwin,
Present.
Juan Leon,
Present.
Rich Groh, Matt Esposito, Richard Casey, James Vaccaro,
Present.
Greg Gaxiola.
Okay, we have a quorum.
We do.
Okay, let me read this into the record. The planning board shall have the right to rely on any information that is presented by the applicant. If any such information is later found to be inaccurate or incorrect, the planning board may determine that any approvals, building permits, or other actions previously granted in conjunction with the application are null and void. Want to announce our first public hearing?
Item A, public hearing, site plan review, job number 22-36A, 418 Oak Street, proposes to demolish all existing structures in order to construct a 5,545 square foot, 3-story, multiple residence building for 19 units, 2 studios, 14 one-bedroom, 3 two-bedroom, along with associated site improvements.
The building footprint is 5,000 something, right? Okay, sorry.
No problem.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. For the record, Nicole Blanda. I'm an attorney at Bazell, Blanda, and Visconti with offices at 535 Broad Hollow Road in Melville.
All right, before we begin, have you had the opportunity to review the memo regarding this application from the Planning Commissioner, Rachel Scalfo, dated on the 31st of January with your applicant, with your client?
Yes.
But are there any issues, any concerns, anything that you would like to bring to our attention regarding anything on this memo, the conditions, the covenants and restrictions?
No, Mr. Chairman, we
So
consent.
your client fully supports
Yes,
those covenants and conditions and
yes,
restrictions?
enthusiastically.
Enthusiastically, even better. All right, please proceed.
Okay. I'm here tonight seeking site plan approval for a 3-story multiple residence building. It's for apartments in the downtown Copeg zoning district. The site is located on the south side of Oak Street, about 170 feet west of Great Neck Road, as you can see on the aerial. It consists of 2 tax lots 40 and 41, which when they're taken together is just over half an acre, about 24,332 square feet. Again, it is zoned downtown Copeg. All existing structures are to be removed. There is a 1-story commercial building there right now. There's a home. There's a garage. So all structures that presently exist, which, as you can see, that commercial building is pretty worn out. There is a fairly sizable home there now. All of that would be torn down so that we can hopefully put up a new, beautiful 3-story building. The multi-res building would have a footprint of 5,545 square feet. We are proposing 19 units. They would be mixed, so we're proposing 2 studios, 14 one-bedrooms, and 3 two-bedrooms. This way we can offer a diverse type of options for housing. We exceed the parking requirement. We are providing 23 spaces where 21 spaces are required. The new parking code did come into effect before we filed, so we are complying with the new parking code for the downtown Copeg district. You may recall that previously studios only required half a car. Now they do require a full space, so we are in compliance with that. The studios run approximately 582 square feet as units, if you see the floor plan. 1-bedrooms range from about 663 to 905, depending on where in the building they're located. And the 2-bedroom apartments are 1,332 square feet. They will have your usual amenities. They will have washer dryers. The building will have, whether it be key fob security or some type of security, so that residents can get in and out and not worry about just regular people from the public being able to get in. If we take another look at the site plan itself, there'll be landscaping around the perimeter of the site. So the usual buffer area going around the site, along with fencing. All lighting will be dark sky compliant, meaning that it will not spill over onto adjacent sites. It will remain on our site only. The refuse enclosure is tucked behind the building, but in an area that will be easily accessible for the sanitation trucks to come in and out. There'll be new street trees along Oak Street, obviously a whole new drainage system, and we are proposing a potential future cross-access point in the rear of the property. The abutting property is right now a parking lot. So I suppose if that property owner came in the future wanting to develop that area, which is pretty sizable, then we already have an access point that we've put onto our plan, and then they would hook up at that same juncture. We have one curb cut in and out onto Oak Street, and if you have seen the elevations, you'll see that this is you drive under the building to access the parking in the back, so that you have the structure at street, really looking the way they want it to look in downtown Copiague, and then the parking is located in the back for the residents. It's been through extensive departmental review. I believe all the departments have commented. The last memo we got was regarding the rendering, and the rendering that you're looking at right now is what was discussed at the last meeting with planning, and I believe that is what planning had asked for and wanted. They were kind of tweaking, I think, colors and the facade itself. But in any event, it's been reviewed by traffic safety as well, and they saw no need for any particular traffic study. There is a municipal lot within 500 feet, as well as some on-street parking. But again, we are adequately parking for the site. We have our architect here tonight, Chuck Lembo from Spaces Architects, if we have any questions regarding the structure itself, the building, how it's going to lay out, things of that nature. And of course, I'm here to answer any questions as well. And the property owner, Mr. Murkowski, is also with us tonight.
All right. Thank you very much. Do any of the board members have any questions?
Just, can we get an idea of any rents for the studios to the 2 bedrooms, if you know of?
So I know we have to have a 20% affordable component. So I know that rent is based on median income. I don't know that that there's been numbers thrown around yet as far as what the range will be in rent. I don't have those numbers tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Are you seeking an IDA tax
No.
abatements? No?
No.
Okay. You're entitled to them if you provide it.
Understood.
More affordability.
My client has done that in the past. I
Okay.
think on this particular job, he's choosing not
Okay,
to.
thank you. Could the architect come up?
Sure.
Please, sure. Do any board members have any questions for the architect? No? Okay. Describe the studio apartments for us. Oh, I have to swear you in. Thank you. So the only people you don't have to swear in are attorneys, because they are officers of the court. So if you could raise your right hand, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I sure do.
Please proceed.
All right. Okay, so, real quick, the studio apartments are located on the first floor. They are just shy of 600 square feet. You enter, I don't know if Matt can pull them up. So you enter off the main hallway, and there's like a little alcove when you first walk in with a coat closet. There's a bathroom off that hallway, so it doesn't open on directly into any of the living spaces. And then there's a U-shaped kitchen around the corner there. So the kitchen's kind of separated, and then you have the main living space, which is the living room / bedroom area.
And how many square feet is that living space? I know the total was, looking at one right in the middle here, 582.
I mean, I don't have the computer with me, but I'm going to guess it's around 300 square feet.
300 square feet?
It's more than half the space, so I'm going to say it's close to 300. Yeah.
And how many studios are there again?
Just those two on the first floor.
Just those two, okay. And what about the one-bedroom apartment, if you could walk us through that?
Sure. I mean, typical one-bedroom apartments, they're all laid out similarly. When you walk through the door, you're in like a little area with a coat closet. The bathrooms are off that entrance. Then you have the kitchen along the corridor wall, opening onto a living room. And then the bedroom is separated by a wall that splits that main area in half. They're all pretty much laid out the same way.
Okay. And there's an elevator to the
Yes,
upper floors?
correct.
Okay, let's go to the two-bedroom.
The two bedrooms are located on top of each other on the second and third floors. There they are. So you enter, they're similar to the one bedroom in layout, except on the opposite side of the living room, there's another bedroom that matches the side of the bedroom on the right side. So it's symmetrical about the living room, but the main configuration is similar to the one bedroom, basically just with an extra bedroom attached on the other side.
Frank?
Two questions, actually.
Sure.
Is there any common rooms at all in
No.
the space at all? Nothing?
No.
Okay, and secondly, talked about the front view being what we're looking for. How about the side and the back?
Matt, can you pull those up, please? So the rear, that's the front, obviously. The rear is similar in design. It has the same type of protruding elements. The smooth panels.
This says proposed rear elevation.
That's correct. That's the rear. Right.
Okay.
You've already seen the front was the one that was
Okay,
colored.
thank you.
So the front and the rear both have brick veneers. They have these metal roofed awnings to help break up the brick facade. And then those other areas that are protruding out from the main elevation, they're a smooth cementitious panel with reveals. They're going to be, it's hard to tell because every monitor is different, but the intent is they're like a greenish gray to contrast the brownish of the brick. And the brick is going to be a modeled brick. It's not going to be a solid one color. It's going to be a varied blend. The side elevations, because we're basically zero lot line, they're just the brick, but there's no windows per state code. We don't have enough clearance. And they're basically just brick fields because someone could, in the future, come and just build a building right next to it. So really concentrating the aesthetics on the front and the rear.
And there's a rear entrance to the building?
Correct, yeah.
Right there,
Matt,
okay.
if you go
Yeah, I see
down the
that.
one. So the rear entry is right there. It's got a canopy over it. And that's where it is, right on the site plan. We're assuming that the rear entrance is going to be used like 90% of the time.
Right.
You know.
Any variances
No,
that are being sought
nope.
by the applicant? No? Okay. All right. Any other questions? Yes, Mr. Casey, oh, sorry. Rich, Mr. Casey first.
Can you confirm for us the elevation or the height of the drive-through under the building?
It's 14 foot 10.
Okay, and is that on the plan somewhere? I didn't see it.
It's might not be. I don't remember if there's Matt. I don't know if there's a dimension set that has dimensions on the elevations. But I spoke to my traffic engineer. He confirmed that the typical traffic light is usually set at 14 feet above ground. So we're giving an extra 10 inches, and that guarantees that any type of emergency vehicle or delivery vehicle can get in and out without an issue.
I was just going to ask about garbage, yeah. Okay, thank you. Tell us about, where is the?
Go to
the
the,
site
back to
plan,
the site plan, Matt, please.
Matt?
So the garbage truck would pull in, and they would make a 90-degree left-hand turn, and then they're facing the dumpster enclosure. Then they're able to back out and do a J-turn, and then they can drive nose out onto the street. So they don't have to back out anywhere onto Oak Street. They're able to fully make a unencumbered U-turn on the property.
Okay. And staff is going to confirm that the 14 feet 10 inches is more than sufficient.
Yeah, like I said, I think standard DOT requirements are 14 feet to the underside of a mounted traffic light, and we're exceeding that.
16 feet, okay. Frank?
The meters, where are the meters going to be located? Gas meters, things like that?
In the back elevation on the right-hand side, I believe.
By the lot line?
Yeah, well, probably between those two units. We're real close to the lot line. So between those two units on the right-hand side in there where that blank wall space is, yep.
Okay. Thank you. Any other questions? No? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Linda, is there anything else you'd like to add for the record?
No, I mean, I believe town DEC reviewed it, but we'd certainly, obviously if they have any further feedback, we're happy to answer any other, questions or concerns they have. I think the last set of comments we got from Town Environmental was dated October 18th, 2022.
Okay. All right, thank you. Matt, where do we stand? Is there anyone from the public that would like to address the board regarding this application? No. There's no one from the public. One week, okay. So we need a motion to extend the record 1 week. Motion by Juan. To extend. Second by Ed. Second. All in favor? Approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All the best.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
Do you want your,
This concludes our public hearing. We'll now be going into our work session.